Ask. You'd have to say we're big favourites to win today. As you say, we scored 8 in Bramall Lane, and you'd be bitterly disappointed if we didn't win and win handsomely today.
Well, I mean, if we are looking towards Europe, and we are, and prior to the debacle at Crystal Palace, and we'll get onto that in a moment, it was 10 points out of 12 to resurrect the season. If we are going to get into Europe, you've got to win today, and you've got to win at home to Brighton. Because our away form, we've lost 10 out of 16, and after today, we've got 4 matches left and 3 are away.
Yeah.
So it's essential there's no wiggle room.
Yeah, look, our home form's been chalk and cheese to our away form. Our home form's been excellent. There's only Liverpool have won here, Manchester City have won here. Funnily enough, Forest have won here. So,
yeah.
You know, apart from that, our home form's been really good. Away from home, we've been a totally different side. We were really poor at Palace on Wednesday night. They did to us what we usually do to teams. They got in the bell and closed us down, made life really difficult for us. But as I say, home form been really good. So with that in mind, as I said, we'd be bitterly disappointed if we didn't pick 3 points up. And then we've got Burnley away next week. You know, another side that's fighting relegation. So you know, we need. I don't know how many games we need to win between now and the end of the season. Maybe them all, John.
Well, certainly not get beaten between now and the end of the season. Because if you lose Manchester United, the one defeat, that gives them the 3 points now, already 3 errors.
Yeah, but I mean, Sheffield United went to Old Trafford on Wednesday night and scored twice. They were in front on 2 occasions. So they've obviously got the capability to score goals. But look, I don't think going to Old Trafford now holds the fears that it once did their side. Manchester United most definitely aren't the side that they were. To be quite honest, I'm amazed that they're in the position that they're in. But look, we need to win today. All we can do is concentrate on ourselves, keep winning games, and come the end of 38 games, see where we are.
I mean, looking back at Palace, which sets the mood, if you like, for this match, I mean, I was both shocked and disappointed because it wasn't just the fact that we lost, John, it was the way we lost. I thought we were very timid, very tepid, and for the first time, I questioned our attitude. I mean, this is the one thing we normally don't do about Newcastle, is question our attitude. They may lose, but the attitude's normally okay. I thought we looked like the end of season side with nothing to play for, and they looked as if they had something to play for.
But it was similar to Fulham, John. We got away with it at Fulham away. You know, for 60 minutes or so at Fulham, we were second best. You know, we couldn't get the ball. We got out of that with winning at 1-0. The other night, we just went at the races. I thought the manager got his formation wrong. You know, he went to the same side that he did against Spurs here. But Palace were never going to play the same way as Spurs did. They were never going to play a high line. They were never going to leave space in behind. And they just dominated all over the park. It was one of those games. You know, sometimes you just got to hold your hand up and say tonight you're beaten by a better side. I wouldn't question the players and their attitude. I thought the attitude of that was there. On the night they were just better than we were.
But you wonder why? With so much at stake for us, you wonder why?
I thought with the 10-day break that we would have been fresh, we would have been raring to go. You know, but sometimes that has the adverse effect. What we probably need is straight after the Spurs game was another game straight away.
Because
we're on the high.
But it's ironic, John, isn't it, that managers, being managers, not just any, but all managers, you know, if you play 3 games a week like midweek, you're flogging a dead horse, it's a disgrace, we're playing far too often. Then we have a 10-day rest, and the manager comes out and says, well, we're rusty because we have a 10-day rest. Well, you can't have it both ways.
No, you can't. If you ask players, if you're winning games week in, week out, all players want to do is play. You know, and they play every day of the week as long as you're winning games. If you're winning 3 games a week, they'll just keep playing and playing. And you can turn it around whatever way you want. If you're losing games, nobody wants to play. As I say, I thought the 10-day break made us good because the players with niggles gave them the opportunity to get over it. But for whatever reason, we just didn't perform.
I mean, we talked, and quite rightly so, of Eddie Howe getting it so right here against Spurs with his defensive setup, going man for man, using Murphy as the loose player, right back, right wing back, right wing, depending on who had the ball and who didn't. But we give a lot of plaudits for that. We went the same way again, and Eddie, if he has a winning side, tends to stick with it if he can. But I felt that setup with hindsight was absolutely right for Spurs with the high line they play, etc., etc. Crystal Palace don't play the same way as Spurs at all, and therefore, when I got the team news that it was the same before the match took place, I was apprehensive. Presumably, from your point of view, from my point of view, you wouldn't expect them to go with that defensive formation again today.
No, I think he'll go straight back forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I know he's thought about his momentum and he's careful with it, but I think he'll face it.
Yeah,
and I think
me too.
I think Paul may well play at left back as well.
Yeah.
I think he'll go for it. I think he's got it.
He's got to, because it's the second last home game.
I think the rest of the team virtually picks itself. I think it'll be the same midfield three, Anderson, Longstaff, Bruno, Barnes, Isak and Gordon.
I mean, I agree with you. I think the back ought to be, I'm hoping it will be, not just a flat back four, but Livramento, Shaw, Byrne and Hull. The midfield three does pick itself. One of the reasons being there's not much option. The front three, for me, I mean, I was lauding the pace, the quality, what we saw against Spurs. Potentially the best front three we've got because of pace in their ability to score goals, terrify people, is the three you mentioned. My one concern or interest in when I get the team sheet at 2 o'clock is that the manager seems to love Murphy so much. Would he start Murphy ahead of Barnes? I know you wouldn't, I certainly wouldn't, but it's a possibility.
It is a possibility. I mean, I thought he was poor the other night.
He was awful, and so was Kraft.
I think the fact that we beat Spurs 4-0, everybody's great. You win 4-0, yeah, brilliant. That's the best. He's played. But in hindsight, when you look at individual performances, maybe he wasn't great, and he wasn't great. Murphy was really poor the other night. He kept giving the ball away. For me, he didn't know where he was playing. He was caught no man's land. He didn't do a defensive job. He didn't do anything going forward. He was caught in delays, really. You're right, the manager does like him.
He does.
But you've got to play your best players. You've got to play your best players. And those three front boys showed exactly what the case was doing against Spurs. If you give them the service and give them the ball, they'll work those teams with the pace and the quality that they've got.
I think Kraft, as the third centre-back as well, didn't have the best of days down at Palace, and you would flatten out the back, wouldn't you?
Yeah, look, there's no team came out of the Palace game with any great record. Everybody was under par. Nobody really performed. As I say, I think he changed it today. He goes definitely, in my opinion, to go to the back four, because the back three the other night did definitely.
And you've got to be on the front foot today.
Yeah, and not be disrespectful to Sheffield United. Why would you play a back three against a side who conceded the amount of goals today?
92,
who look like they're going to get relegated, they are going to get relegated.
They're relegated today if the result goes against them.
You say, look, we're going to go, we're going to write goals, see how many goals we can score.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's ironic, we are sort of neck and neck with Manchester United for that 6th place. They've just played Sheffield United. Today they play Burnley. We play Sheffield United today and then Burnley. And then it's going to even itself out and it's who's going to be where. But really, we've got to win these two. If we want Europe, we've got to beat Sheffield United and to beat Burnley to give us a real opportunity. Because once again, we're catching up on Manchester United's 3-point lead.
Look, today's a 6-pointer, isn't it? You've got to win today. I think you've got to go to Burnley and win next week as well. Then you've got Brighton here. Watch Brighton the other night against Manchester
Good.
City. They play suicidal football. You know, they want to play out in the back seat here last season. And they did it against us. We absolutely battered them because they can't get in the way.
And by the time they come here, John, they'll have nothing to play for because they won't be able to get into the Euro.
No, and then all of a sudden you've got Manchester United, which could be the pivotal game of the season.
That is the 6 pointer, isn't it? That is the 6 pointer, yes. And then Brentford. But, I mean, to sum it up, Europe's still on, providing Newcastle win today. But it was nowhere near good enough.
No, you've got to win today, you've got to win next week to give themselves a realistic opportunity of getting into those European spots. Europe most definitely is still on. You know, we spoke after the Spurs game, with the games that we had left, we thought they were all games that we could get results in, so we could go the rest of the season. Well, that's gone out the window now after what happened at Palace the other night. But we've got to get back on the fight today. You know, we've got to go, we've got to win, we've got to win well today.
There's no wiggle room because of the Palace result, really, isn't it?
No, you've just got to go and you've got to try and win every match. And you win every match, see where it goes. I mean, if you win every match, you qualify for Europe.
Of course, because Manchester United can't win every match then because they play us. I mean, putting you on the spot, we always end up with a prediction on the result. I mean, we've got to win today. All the facts that tell you over 8.5 months season on Sheffield United, least goals scored, most conceded. You've got to go for Newcastle because if they don't win today, the season's effectively over. I think they will win, and I think it could be as much as 4-0. What's your opinion?
I think Isak could get a snapshot today.
He's in need. He's had so many twos.
Yeah, I think he could get a snapshot.
He needs that.
I think 4-0.
I mean, we've scored in all 17 home games this season. Isak scored in the last 6 home games on the bounce. I mean, it really is set up. If it doesn't happen, I mean, I won't bother going home. I'll just put my foot on the centre circle because that'll be another season wasted. But no, I'm going 4-0. You're going the same score. Enjoy it, guys. Have a lovely drink. Enjoy the time here. Enjoy the match even more. Sheffield United fans, come back next season, boys. Come back next season. You support the club in the way we support ours. All the best to you after today, lads. Take care.